This is Generations Connect.
Hi everybody and welcome to the Generations Connect podcast series by Council for Third Age in collaboration with VintageRadio.SG. The Council for Third Age, or C3A, is an agency that promotes lifelong learning, senior volunteerism, and positive aging opportunities for seniors. So this is actually a podcast series where we invite our youths and our seniors to come together to share their views and insights so that we can get a better understanding of the different perceptions based on generations and even help bridge the intergenerational gap. My name is Aloysius, and today with us we have Yvonne Quan, who's one of our weekend warriors. Hi Yvonne, thanks for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
Just to share, Yvonne is a former educator who has recently retired and is currently exploring her interests to keep active. And we have also our former intern with Vintage Radio. She's now furthering her studies, but she's found time to come back, and she is Koi.
Hello, thank you for having me back today.
Yeah. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Lingo, right? That means, how people of different generations actually have certain words that they use that mean something, but it's kind of like in between themselves, they know what it means lah. But then to the rest of the world, it's like, I don't know what's going on, right? So let's start with you, Yvonne. I know you kind of figured out some new words by watching, videos and all this. So you were mentioning that during the election time, you actually learned 2 new words. What were those?
Yeah. Well, on the local scene, there was a elderly politician, and he made his point by saying that he wants to stay relevant to the young people, and then he was saying that he used words like dope and woke,
Dope and woke,
Yes.
Wow, not bad. And he's what, in his 80s?
80s, in
Wow.
his 80s, yeah.
So do you know what is woke?
Well, he explained that woke is like, to me, probably it's like a wake-up call, and like, hey, all along you've been drifting along, this is the real deal, and then he will like sort of wake up to that realization, okay?
What about dope?
And dope is like cool, man.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm not very, very woke or very dope lah. So I'm going to ask the younger one here, Koi.
Yes.
Is that correct? Feel free to be honest, brutally
Yeah.
honest with us.
I was talking to Yvonne earlier, and then I was talking to her about dope and everything. I think dope falls somewhere on the lines of cool, being in trend, something
Being
like
with it lah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, okay. So that's dope.
And then woke, I think it's more of being politically aware. I would
Politically
say.
aware.
Yeah, but the thing is that we don't say things so chim. So we tend to simplify. I mean the Gen Z like to simplify
Right.
things.
So you use one word there. So chim.
Chim, yeah.
Yeah. So
That is a slang? A Gen Z slang?
Yeah. So what to you is chim?
Something that is way out of my grasp, probably. Like,
Right.
I think, difficult for me to understand, maybe. I would
Okay.
say that's what we know, and that's what
So
we
Yvonne,
use.
is she correct when she said that damn chim? It's like
Chim is like more like a dialect.
but it's also a slang actually.
It's a
that-
slang.
Yeah, I think about
Lingo,
damn
is
chim,
it?
right?
Yeah. Very chim. Like what you say is correct, lah. That you're out of your depth. So probably the correct one is like profile, lah.
Profile.
Way above your pay scale, lah.
Oh.
So it's like you need to analyze and all that. So most probably used in the context of like beyond you, lah.
Right. So beyond your understanding lah is right, really chim. Right, okay, that's beyond my understanding too. Okay. So as you can see, I think from this little examples, right? We take it for granted that within our own group, which is usually the same age group, when we talk, we kind of understand each other. But here lies a problem. When you start speaking and using lingos with the people from different generations, that's where it will break down. So I guess one of the things that we have to remember is always when we're talking to people not within our generation, right? To probably look at their face and their eyes and then see when when you use a certain word, do they have that shocked look like, did she just call me? Kind of, or trying to act blur kind of thing, right? Okay, so I'd like to ask Yvonne, if I may, what are some of the words that you commonly use amongst your friends that are like, within your group itself, your own lingo?
Among my own age group, is it? I mean, it has our words will be like belong to the 60s and 70s. Like how you call that? We have words like groovy. Do you know what groovy is?
Yeah, but I don't think anybody our age uses groovy in casual talk. I would say. If you're describing something, I would think that this is groovy.
Oh, right. So for a younger one, using groovy is not dope lah.
No, not really. I mean, if I were to say groovy, I think my friends would probably just really call me a boomer. I think that's another slang that.
Okay, so what's a boomer?
I think it refers to people who were born, the baby boomers. So they were born during the 50s and 60s.
So Yvonne just put her hand up to say that, she's a boomer, is it?
Yeah.
So then I'm a boomed already because I'm younger than her.
But I think in our generation, it's used to describe someone who's a bit out of touch with maybe the Gen Z, the us. So you're not very in trend and you don't really know what's going on.
In trend with your trend.
Correct, in trend
but they
with
can
our
also
trend.
kind of refer to your as boomers as well, right? Or is there a different term to use, like Zers or Zero or Giro?
I'm not sure, but I think usually it's referred to, for us, we refer to older folks as boomers. Yeah.
Is there a term that you can come up with for older people to refer to young ones? Young'uns?
I know a lot of people call young punks, but
young punks
they
is
call
what
it
we do,
YP, young punks.
YP. So you don't call them young punks, you call them YP. Just because you don't want to call it young punks.
Everybody likes to shorten things now. So instead of calling young punks, everybody says, these kids, these YPs, blah, blah, blah.
Well, that's the PB, you see.
PB?
Yeah, problem. I'm just inventing stuff as I go along. I mean, here's the other thing, right? We live in a society that love to use acronyms, right? The ECP and the PIE and the ABC, Gamchai Chaloti,
Correct.
But no, actually that's not. But it gets to a point where, again, you don't get your communication across because it is within your own group, even acronyms within your own group. I'm not sure whether if you all feel it, but I've got a son going to school, right? And when the school teachers start going onto their acronyms and this and that, and I'm like, wow, this is the Da Vinci Code.
I mean, I remember my parents having something like that also.
Yeah, so you've experienced it, right?
Yeah, so I come home. I remember, certain things. I will come home and then talk to them and go, so this one, then I use acronyms. And then they will go, what?
Yeah.
Does it mean something else? No, it's not this. So I think for us, it's very second nature to just say it like that. We don't, I think as a younger generation, we don't think that, maybe other people don't really get it. They don't really grasp what it actually is. Because for us, we're saying it every day. We don't go like,
So it's even within the school itself where different generations are together. I mean, your teachers are older than you, right?
Yeah. I mean, it exists everywhere, I think, in every environment. Everybody has their own.
What about you, Yvonne? I mean,
for me, honestly, it's the first time I heard the word boomer, and I had a little talk with Chloe, right? Yeah. And so we agree the word boomer used in her age group is not, it's derogatory to us baby boomers, yeah. So, and I would say that it's a surprise to me I'm very proud to be a baby boomer.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't make music like the way we do anymore. And we survive a lot of things, I'm really proud to be a baby boomer.
Let me coin it for you. We took in more salt than you have rice. Right? That's what my mom always tells me.
So I would say that if ever there's a rebuttal to this, if you want to use slang, then I would think that we boomers will say, the young generation, if they think of us as boomers, we think that they are naive. as not having enough experience. And I was telling you just now, like, we would say that fresh off the boat, you know.
That's a good one, fresh off the boat.
Yeah, what you call that?
OTB.
Yeah, it is a slang.
Oh, it is?
It is a lingo, yeah.
Really?
There is a show on, I think, Netflix called Fresh Off the Boat.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm impressed, man.
Yeah.
Yvonne, you watch Netflix also?
Of course, binge.
Oh, you binge watch some? Whoa.
Oh, that
But
one
selective,
not bad.
selective.
So-
but
so-
don't give me Korean drama. I don't have the energy to go through that.
So just for everybody's sake, right, we've got 4 young interns in the studio right now, and all of them are now looking at Yvonne with much respect because she binge watches.
Netflix.
And she can actually say binge, Netflix.
on
some more.
Netflix also,
Macam. We're going to come back in a short while and play a game just to test how well the both of you are when it comes to, all these lingos and acronyms and all this. Okay, so we're going to try something here, right? We talked about boomer and we talked about FOTB, which is like fresh off the boat, right? So fresh off the boat or FOTB is a boomer slang, whereas the other way around, boomer is a FOTB slang lah. So I'd like the both of you to try using it in a sentence. So, Yvonne, you need to learn give me a sentence that includes boomer, and Koi, you need to give me a sentence that includes FOTB. Okay, so let's see. Age before beauty, how's that? Yvonne, would you like to go first?
Thank you. Now, if at all the young people get together, and nowadays because everybody is like, they talk IT and everything is about technology and all that, I suppose this word boomer would occur if amongst the group, somebody just don't know the latest shortcut to, some, what you call that, your IT.
Shortcut to another...
another, how you call that?
Feature.
Yeah. Then probably they will, in a friendly way say, alamak, boomer lah you know. Yeah. So it's like you belong to
that
the
older group lah.
Troglodyte generation lah.
Wow.
Caveman lah.
Wow,
Caveman
troglodyte.
lah.
That's a new word.
Yeah.
Chim.
That's a chim word. That's
Troglodyte
like a
is a
$50 word.
caveman, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, we
Yeah.
learned a new word today. How
I
do
mean,
you spell
for
that?
us boomers, we say you troglodyte lah. You,
Wow,
you
alright,
belong
man.
to the Stone Age.
One up for boomers. Okay. So for them youngins, the YP.
I really never heard of this fresh off the boat before.
Yeah,
but,
FOTB,
okay, if I were to liken it to my internship experience, when I first came to intern at Vintage Radio, I was, I don't know, fresh off the boat.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
something like that?
Okay,
Yes.
okay, so we
not
kind of
bad,
FOTB
not
lah.
bad, not bad.
All right, not bad. So now at least you're more experienced. And then you can call the younger ones, FOTB lah. Don't know what you're doing. Please
Then
pay
they will call me
attention.
boomer. Same age, but still boomer.
Yeah. I
Okay.
must share this with my friends of my age. I think they will all be like appalled, that we were boomered, in this way, because we never thought that it could be used like that, like a reflection of our time, you see.
Yeah. Okay, so now what's going to be the fun part is that I'm going to test you, the both of you, on your abilities, on your knowledge of what are lingos, okay? So I'm going to throw some lingos at you, Yvonne. This would be more for the younger set. Okay, it's very simple, multiple choice questions, so you can guess and hanpam also lah. All right? Let's see, here we go now. For you, Yvonne, what do you think the term sus means?
Huh?
What do you mean?
What? I didn't hear you.
Okay, one more time. So, what do you think the term sus means?
How you spell that?
S-U-S?
SARS.
SARS,
Oh,
yeah.
SARS.
Not SARS as in the disease, but sus.
S-U-S.
Yeah, something like that.
SARS to me.
Wait, Joe.
Sorry.
Let me give you
Okay.
the choices.
Okay.
So, is it A, suspended, B, sustainable, C, suspicious, or D, sustain?
I mean, if it is lingo, I think what fits what tick the box may be suspicious,
You're right.
right?
You're
because
right.
that's how the young people talk.
Very sus lah.
She got a hang of it already.
She's got a hang of it.
No. But the real meaning of sus, sorry, this is the teacher in me. The real meaning of
Sniff out,
sus,
right?
is to go and find out.
Yeah.
You go and sus,
Suss it out.
Suss out.
Yes.
suss it
Okay,
out.
so that would be SUSS, right?
It's a lazy way, right? It's like they shorten it, they abbreviate it. Suspicious, then they just say sus.
Sus. Okay. All right.
Getting the hang of it.
Getting the hang of it. Okay. Here's the second question for you, Yvonne. Okay, so Yvonne, here's another question for you. Number 2. What does simp mean? And let me spell it for you. SIMP. What does simp mean? You look a bit troubled. So, Koi, maybe this is like a call a friend kind of situation. Can you give us an example of simp?
I'm a simp for Stephanie's son.
Right. Okay, so that's an example of it. So let me give you 4 choices where you can guess the answer. Is it A, someone who is good looking? B, someone who is desperate to please someone else? C, someone who is funny? And D, someone who is high maintenance? So which do you think is the answer when you say simp?
I think it's that one where you do anything for the person, right?
So desperate to please someone else, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, not bad eh?
I mean,
You got the second one correct too? Wow!
goes
Kosong!
to logic. What?
Oh, really?
It's like you are a fan of, I'm a sucker for this person.
Also, simp is another word for sucker lah.
We boomers talk like that. I'm a sucker for Elvis Presley.
Wow.
I'm a sucker, die-hard fan.
Of
you know.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
No, I don't like Engelbert.
Tom Jones?
Not really.
Not really.
Elvis can really shake his pelvis.
Elvis the pelvis. Okay, let's keep it clean. Go to the third and final question for you, Yvonne. You're doing very well. Now, the term stan refers to stan, S-T-A-N. Okay, the term stan refers to what group of people? Maybe what we can do is to have another example from Koi. Okay, let me give it a try.
Okay.
Yvonne is a stan of Elvis Presley. How's that? So what do you think stan means, Yvonne?
Are you going to give me multiple choice?
No multiple choice here. You have to guess the answer.
What stan means? For me, of my generation, we do have this word stan, and we say, like if you are the hero of the hour, we'll say, hey, you are stan the man. Yeah, okay.
Regardless whether you're male or female lah.
No. I mean, normally it's a guy lah.
It's a guy.
No, you are stan the man, okay? So in a way, it's a kind of lingo too lah, of my generation, And so I would think that if I'm a stan for Elvis, then I am an admirer lah. Is it?
Well, almost there. Yeah. You're very zealous, a zealous fan. You're a huge fan.
Huge, die-hard.
Die-hard fan, that's right. So you're right, Yvonne. It's really stan means you're a very huge fan of you're willing to do anything like what you said, go to Graceland, visit Elvis and all that. Okay, you can either match or you will lose. Koi.
I think I might lose lah. I might lose.
Yeah, FOTB.
Yeah,
being FOTB, Okay, so Koi, here we go. Questions for you, right? The first question would be, what does it mean when a person is Gabra? You see, Yvonne, I know the answer.
I never heard of that in my life.
You've never heard of that?
No,
Okay.
no.
Let me give you some clues. Okay, is it A, someone who is ignorant? B, someone who is a natural talent? C, someone who is angry? Or D, someone who is panicky and confused? You like Gabra. Like Yvonne, what we say, the Gabra zebra, right? Yeah. So which one do you think it is? What does Gabra mean? Let me give it to you again. Is it A, someone who's ignorant? B, someone who's a natural talent? C, someone who is angry? Or D, someone who is panicky and confused?
I think I'll go with angry. Is it right?
No, not someone who's angry, but someone who is actually panicky and confused. You know, like Gabra, zebra, you know?
No, never heard of it.
Never heard of it?
No.
Wow, really? There's
Yeah.
such a gap.
Yes, there is.
No. Because we say Gabra all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
one, Gabra, you know. The other word to
My
use is like...
generation
Yeah.
insult each other and say you Gabra lah, you Gabra king, Gabra queen.
Yeah.
So it's not their. Oh yeah, you say our.
Yeah.
Lingo
We're
from
throwing
her,
some old
yeah.
ones to them, right? So it's like, you know, you blur like sotong, right? But when
I
you
heard
use
the
the
word
word
like
blur,
sotong
blur
one,
is
yeah. But not Gabra. That one is
is it?
completely new for me. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's go with the second question for you, Koi. What does jiazhua mean?
That I know.
Oh, that one you know.
That one I
okay,
know.
well, okay. Instead of then giving you the multiple choice, what's your answer? Eat snake.
Is to skive.
All right, on. Spot on. Okay, so you're not so FOTV after all.
Yeah.
No,
Not boomer.
I'm getting the hang of it already.
Okay, so here's your third one, all right? Let's see now. What does pakat mean? Okay, P-A-K-A-T, kind of like spell it for you. Like you cannot pakat. Like right now, I can't pakat with you. So I can't give you any clues. Even though I'm giving you some clues.
I cannot pakat you. Wow, all these are very new to me. Connect. Cannot connect with you. Cannot.
Not
pakat with
exactly.
you.
Not exactly. I cannot collaborate. That means I can't help you. Yeah, you know, when we use it in a term, Yvonne, do you have like an example? Maybe the two of us can pakat together, you know, and then I give you more help lah. That means we can collaborate.
But that's a Malay word slang.
I think it's a Malay word. Yes.
No.
If we are working in the bank and we want to scam people, then you and I we will collude lah, pakat.
Collude. Oh, macam collude.
Collude.
Work together,
Work
collaborate.
together to
Yeah.
cheat people lah.
Yeah, we collab.
I realize that for your
Quite a
generation, you have a lot of
negative,
connotation. You have a lot of combination of languages, and then you use it as slang. But for
Well, I
us,
think-
we take it off all the the short form of
Yeah,
English.
you are not so creative, you see.
No,
For
no.
us, we're living in a society where, honestly, back in the day, most of us can speak more than one dialect or one language because of your friends and you're living in kampongs and all this, right? So you try and learn each other's language as well. So some of that actually comes together. Lah. Okay, so anyways, we've got a winner, and today the boomers beat the FOTVs. How's that? Yay!
Congrats.
Thank you,
You got
thank
the hang
you.
of it. Now you can call me boomer.
No, I think just when I saw him,
Uncle Brian.
he's not uncle lah. He and I about same age, brother lah. I remember at one of his show he mentioned about this that was some time back. He said he didn't know what his son was talking about, and the word was street cred.
Street cred.
Then he said, don't know what it was. Then he found out that street cred is like the word on the street lah, like you know, like are you with, you know, like
Are you with it?
the rap lah, the what, the you boy, you know, that kind of thing. You know. We are like, tell Laura I love her, you know, that kind of very
Well, I think, you know, street cred means, you know, you
Very
just have
different.
credibility, that's it, you know. So,
your standing lah. Yeah.
I think that's a good point, Yvonne. The thing is,
So I learned a lot lah, you know, today in today's session.
so your thoughts about, you know, lingo, anything that you would like to share?
Well, I would think that there is a divide. In my days and in the local context, yes, we have lots and lots of what you call that, this lingo and all that, and they are all very salty and they are to the point, you know. You know, it's like in Cantonese we say "zam kin hu," no. That
Wow.
means one needle poke you, your blood
Straight
will
to
be
the point,
drawn.
lah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straight. And very apt lah. Whereas to me now the young generation is a whole new world. It's your time, you know, and a lot of them maybe because of the computer age and all that. Everybody talk in very staccato, you know, like, and also maybe like that like that, and then like, you know,
As they say,
for
like,
example,
chiliap lah.
I was telling her, I said like, IDK, means I don't know. I mean like, at least I know this, and then that is the way you communicate. But like, who am I to say, man? It's a whole new world, you know. But we just don't know how this is going to go on, because in the end, it's all about family, I suppose. The communication. You
That's
know.
interesting.
Yeah.
What about you, Koi? Your thoughts on Lingos?
I think it's honestly very natural to have. And I think for every generation to have our own lingo is very natural. But I think one thing to keep in mind, for my generation, for the Gen Zs, is to also slow down and I think listen more also. Because like what Yvonne said, everything that we say is very staccato, very quick. We want a quick fix. So a lot of the things that we do, we don't take into account that there might be people older or even our age that don't get it. So we just assume that everybody gets what I'm talking about. And that goes on. So
well, it's good. You know, Koi, hearing from you, right? That means you are now a little bit more woke lah. To the facts, right?
Need to pakat more people.
Yes, need to pakat.
I got it now. No more FOTV.
You've gotten off the boat for a while. So I guess to round this off really is that when we talk about lingos and slangs, right? Communication still requires you to actually look at the person and not just, send a text lah. Right, and really to get that feedback, to know whether if what you've said actually meant something that is supposed to be, right? And take the time to explain. Take the time to explain. Don't take it for granted that, when you're saying something, your parents or your grandparents are already on board with it, right? And, it doesn't help that nowadays, we just send text, right? Face-to-face communication is still important. And I think for that matter, you should spend time talking to your younger generation or the older generation, right? And really have interaction as in face-to-face. Don't just, text and then, send voice messages or that. Right? Okay, well, that brings us to the end of this podcast, and we hope that we have helped to illuminate everybody. Yes, Yvonne, you have something to say.
I would say that in the end, for both the old and the young, language is an evolving thing, and it will be good for everybody. Like I am impressed by you, Chloe, for your thought of being patient and having forbearance to the older ones, to take the time to explain. And then for us, the old ones, we also have to stop being cynical and superior-minded, and then must embrace. You have to embrace, because, language is evolving, is growing, and then let's all live together happily lah.
Well said, Yvonne. Well said. So tell you what, if you find this podcast to be interesting, please by all means share it with your friends. And if you want to learn more about, activities that we have for you, at causes that there are, especially for seniors, please do check out www.c3a.org.sg. Well, this has been Aloysius. It's been fun, and we've got again Yvonne. Thank you very much, and Koi. Thank you also for being a part of this podcast.
Thank you for having us. We have a great time.
Generations Connect.